So I've made the executive decision that I am not allowed to like be in the apartment basically at all today. Like if there's a bed anywhere in the proximity of where I am, I know I'm gonna find myself in it and I'm gonna fall asleep and waste my entire day.
I felt sleepy and I was like, oh, well, I'll just like lay down for a second. That was like 5 p.m. It's now almost 8 o'clock and I just woke up.
And so I think that instead, today I'm going to spend the day out of the apartment and just force myself to stay awake like the normal hours that I'm supposed to. I have a dermatologist appointment this morning, which I'm like kind of running late to low-key, so I need to go. And then I have dinner plans in the evening, so I just need to fill this like gap of like, I don't know, 7 hours, which feels like a big task, but I think that I can do it. I'm gonna bring a backpack because I'm like genuinely like, I can't go home except to eat lunch. I will go home to eat lunch, but otherwise I need to stay out and on my feet and like I'm packing like I'm going to school, like where I have to bring all the things because like mom isn't gonna come and like drop off something I forgot. Bringing my laptop, bringing my external hard drive. I am working on my like Japan diary right now, which I have like no idea what that's gonna be because there's so many just like random clips. I think I'm gonna bring my little digicam that I've been like really enjoying using. It's so much fun, and yesterday when I was on my walk, I was like, there were some random like alleyways that I saw that I was like, damn, like I would have loved to have my digicam for this moment. And so maybe I'll go on a walk and like go spy later. I'm caught up with my book club for War and Peace, and so I have like a week or so of time to read like something else. And I'm still working on the Myth of Sisyphus, so maybe I'll make some significant headway. We'll just see how this day goes, I guess. I will not fall asleep. 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 I've chosen my notepads and I'm low-key like, I don't know, should I get a planner right now? Like, I'm just like absolutely delighting in myself, like just stopping to take pictures of like random lumber and being like, that's really, really fucking cool.
Now the pressure's on.
Well, go spicy it.
Wait, no, here, stop. Start again.
As an update on my like jet lag recalibration, I'm super proud of myself because yesterday was the first day since being home that I haven't napped all day. I just like woke up at a normal time and I stayed up during the day like a normal person, and then I went to bed at 10 p.m. and it was incredible. Like I didn't think I had it in me, and yet. The only issue is that because I went to bed like literally like right at 10 p.m., I woke up at 5:30 and like 7 hours of sleep in me could not go back to bed at all. So I just like laid in bed, like kind of debating if I was gonna just like lay there and like hope that I fall asleep again or like start my day. But in that hour where I was debating, I was reminded that I had all of these like lemons that I left like in the fridge before vacation that I hadn't touched at all. Like, hold on. Like literally a whole bag, I don't know. And I was starting to feel a little bit haunted by them as I laid in the dark, questioning if sleep would ever find me again. And I decided to check them out this morning, and they're like pretty juicy, pretty soft, kind of on the like tail end probably of like usability. And I think I'm going to make muffins with them today. I'm like, why am I nervous? I'm like having an anxiety attack, honestly, right now. I can like feel it. Oh no. Okay, wait. What rack should muffins bake on? All right, I'm putting the muffins in. We're just gonna go for it and see what happens. Like, this should not be this stressful. Oh, like, I feel like they need to be a lot firmer. They look a little bit better to me. They feel a little bit better. I don't know that they're done though. We got a little bit of a dome, which is incredible considering my baking powder was pretty expired. And coming out nice and clean on the toothpick. Yay!
This was actually made for people just like you.
Okay. Whoa. Well, I've been enjoying my phone time immensely. After a successful day of not napping at all, I am sorry to report that both yesterday and today, without meaning to, I fully napped again. And at like a late bad time, at like 8 p.m., I found myself like asleep on the couch like for an hour. And I'm like, oh no. And last night it really like bit me in the butt. Like I fell asleep. I think I went to bed officially at like 10 or 10:30. And then I woke up at 2 a.m. and I could not for the life of me fall back asleep until like 5 a.m. And then I had to work. So it was just like a bad situation. And there is a little part of me that's scared that something similar will occur tonight, but I am hoping I'll have better luck because I didn't nap for as long. I was able to like get myself up when I realized what I was doing. Hopefully tonight will be a little bit better because I mean work will continue and I'm going to be really grumpy at the office if I don't get good sleep. Sometimes I think I get a little bit freaked out by how much I enjoy being away from home and how quickly I adjust to like a new environment and a new routine and almost like never miss the life that I have at home. I had this feeling while I was on the trip of like, I could just never come back. Like I could never come back and I wouldn't feel any type of way about it. Like I would just be fine. And I think it's been a little bit freaky to be home and to kind of not quite like settle back into things here yet. Like really, I'm really missing my friends who I went on my trip with. And I guess I don't feel as tethered to New York City as I think I thought before leaving. A lot of my friendships here are like all very separate. Like I have my friend over here, my friend over here, my friend over here, and like everyone is so sweet and friendly and inviting me into like their friend groups, but I don't really have like a group of my own or anything. I'm kind of like a straggler, I feel like, in a lot of social circles, and I really enjoy that. Like that's a role I'm very familiar with. I really like that I am able to connect with a lot of different like types of people from different sort of communities. But I think that being on this trip like made me really appreciate what it feels like to be a part of my own, I guess, little like bubble, little community. And I think maybe on some level I'm like, well, I should just move to where like those friends are. So that I can just like be in that, and maybe I will, because as I'm saying now, it's like there's really not so much that is tying me to New York City in some ways. And I don't know, I like change, but also like for the foreseeable future, at least for the rest of this year, I know I'm going to be in New York City. And maybe like a lesson sort of, or just takeaway that I can have from this trip is like thinking about how to really build a sense of community for myself here. Like there's something lonely feeling about like having a very full social calendar, but all of the plans being like this friend who I haven't seen in a month who I'm catching up with, and then this other friend who like I only see every few weeks. So it's also kind of just playing catch up. Like I feel like a lot of adult friendships are kind of that way where you're all busy, you all have your own lives, like, and so when you meet up, it's kind of infrequent and it's just like the TLDR on my life in the last like 3 months that we haven't been able to make the time for each other. And I think I maybe have a craving for a bit more of like a stable and regular sort of social circle where we can move beyond just like giving each other like a bulleted, updated list of what's going on in our lives and like, I don't know, really spend quality time like being in each other's presence, like making things together or just like being in each other's company and energy, like, and feeling, I guess, like part of that moment of each other's lives or something. I don't know. This is like a thought that's not like fully cooked yet. So I've been feeling pretty low like the last few days, like despite some fun moments or high moments, like I can feel the like depression, honestly, of the post like travel like setting in my body. Like there's a physical weight, I feel like a heaviness with carrying myself around and just like this kind of zoned out quality that I'm like bringing to things where I'm just kind of like, I have to remind myself a lot of the times, honestly, like that even these uncomfortable feelings, it's like very beautiful and fun and silly to experience them as well, because it's just human and it's like amazing to like be a person on the planet in this body, like getting to experience things. And so I feel like I'm good at like kind of finding the gratitude and like delight in uncomfortable experiences because I sort of frame it that way for myself, where it's just like, and how amazing is it to experience like the depth of my human emotions and like this specific color of them. Like that's so cool. I think that that'll help pull me out of this heaviness a little bit and to also like accept the heaviness that I'm feeling right now as like a natural consequence of like a very beautiful, like lucky, blessed experience that I got to have. And so kind of like trying to have a little bit of gratitude even in the discomfort of this feeling, because like it's produced from or the result of like something very lovely that I'm, you know, extremely grateful to have the opportunity to like do and experience. Even while knowing all of that, that doesn't mean that it's not uncomfortable or that I like am not teetering on like a I'm really depressed and I'm like scared I'm never gonna be happy again kind of fear loop that's playing in my head. So yeah, I don't know. Post-vacation is weird feeling. Like, what else is there more to say? Oh yeah, also I ate the muffins and they're just okay.